cyclosporine A or cyclosporine. This belongs to a class of drugs known as immunosuppressants. From the root words immune and suppressants, they suppress immune system function. At the same time, cyclosporine is also known as a selective calcineurin inhibitor. For its therapeutic indications, cyclosporine is used for the treatment of a lot of conditions such as allergic conjunctivitis and ulcerative colitis. However, the FDA approved and major indications for your cyclosporine are: number 1, it is used for the treatment of organ rejection in kidney, liver, and heart transplants. So our cyclosporine has been routinely prescribed to suppress organ rejection post-transplant. Number 2, it is used for patients with rheumatoid arthritis. However, it is not the drug of choice for rheumatoid arthritis. This will only be prescribed if the patient has not adequately responded to your methotrexate. And lastly, it is used for adult, non-immunocompromised patients with psoriasis. The same with rheumatoid arthritis, it is not the drug of choice. It will only be prescribed for patients with very severe psoriasis and who have not responded to at least one systemic therapy. So if you have observed, some of the uses of cyclosporine are for the treatment of your autoimmune conditions such as your rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. Another autoimmune condition that cyclosporine is used for is for the management of systemic lupus erythematosus or SLE. However, it is only used as an adjunct or as a combination therapy. It is ineffective as a standalone treatment for SLE due to these two main reasons. Number 1, it has poor target tissue distribution. And number 2, it has a narrow therapeutic index and can cause extensive renal toxicity. That is why researchers are finding ways to develop a new formulation of cyclosporine to improve its drug delivery and make the drug effective as a standalone treatment for your lupus. Mechanism of action. The mechanism of cyclosporine action starts as cyclosporine binds to your cyclophilin, forming a complex. So this will be your cyclosporine. It will bind to your protein cyclophilin, making a complex. And this complex will bind and block the function of your enzyme calcineurin. That is why cyclosporine is known as a selective calcineurin inhibitor. Once it inhibits calcineurin, it will fail to dephosphorylate the cytoplasmic component of your NF-ATC or nuclear factor of activated T cells. So this one will not be dephosphorylated. If it will not be dephosphorylated, it cannot go inside the nucleus and bind to your NF-ATN. There will be no binding. Therefore, there will be no formation of complex. And this complex of your NF-ATC and NF-ATN is responsible in binding to your interleukin-2 gene for the initiation of interleukin-2 production. Now, if the T cells are inhibited to produce interleukin-2, then there will be no full T cell activation. And at the same time, it reduces the production of your cytokines, which play protective roles against your pathogens. The available dosage forms for cyclosporine are oral capsule, oral solution, eye drops, and intravenous injection. Our oral capsule and solution are used for the prevention of organ rejection and for your rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. For our IV preparation, it is only used for organ transplant, and our eye drops preparation is used for our keratoconjunctivitis or for dry eyes. Now, the half-life of cyclosporine is 8 to 27 hours depending on the dosage form used. And the drug is metabolized via your hepatic CYP3A4 and it will be excreted mainly in your bile and feces. Technology or advanced improvement applied. From the article that we found, they used the nanoparticle technology, formulating a ligand-conjugated nanoparticle encapsulated cyclosporine A. As I have said earlier, researchers are finding a way to improve the delivery and pharmacokinetics of cyclosporine for it to be used as a standalone management for your lupus. In this article, it has been found that nanoparticle encapsulation of your CSA can significantly enhance its oral delivery and tissue disposition in the healthy rat model. Therefore, the nanoparticle consists of your spherical capsule of polyethylene glycol polymers, and they are formulated in a way that it can target your transferrin receptor 1, because it is assumed that the direct delivery of your cyclosporine to the lymphatic system via your transferrin receptor 1 will improve lupus outcomes. And at the same time, making a GA conjugation of the drug enables greater absorption of your nanoparticles and improving its drug distribution. Comparing the ligand-conjugated nanoparticle encapsulated cyclosporine with the cyclosporine alone, the nanoparticle encapsulated has significant improvement when it comes to the delivery, absorption, and distribution tissues. Now, in terms of reducing the effects or symptoms of lupus and the toxicity caused by the drug, your cyclosporine with applied technology has some positive effects, making it more effective and less toxic. In conclusion, the applied technology is a promising approach to make the nanoparticle encapsulated cyclosporine as a standalone management for your SLE. Overall, it has much improved pharmacokinetics and lesser toxicity, but the problem is it still lacks enough data or studies to concretely say that it will be 100% effective and safe to be used as a very good management for your lupus. However, this gave way to the realization that we should always find ways to enhance the therapeutic activity of old, well-established drugs with new delivery methods.